Hey guys! Today I wasn't really hunting down any like crazy hot new book or anything like that, so I just went to my local comic book store, which is not my favorite place to go for a couple of reasons, but they had all of their dollar bins actually out, and this store seems like they've only ever had like 3 or 4 boxes out at a time, but I guess they took everything from the back and converted part of the gaming area to dollar bins. This is the same store that we went to on Free Comic Book Day, where all of these books were 50 cents a piece then. And I guess they just never moved them. And I'm not going to complain. I didn't get a chance to really dig through as much of them as I wanted on Free Comic Book Day. So I've got a stack of books here I wanted to show. But first I'm just going to show you the new things that I'm going to read. It's Extreme Venomverse #2. This is the Ryan Stegman variant cover, but there's I think 5 or 6 different cover variations. And I read the first one. It seemed pretty promising. And this run is going to have apparently a whole bunch of symbiote first appearances. So definitely wanted to pick that one up when it came out. I'm excited to read. And then also I got Storm #1. I don't remember what happens in this book, but I saw it in a Marvel preview and I remember thinking that it sounded like an awesome story. So I got that one. I cannot remember the name of this cover artist, but this is one of the variants. And you're going to have to forgive me a little bit. I'm getting over a bit of a cold. So then this book came out of the back bins. This is Amethyst, Princess of Gem World, #13. This is just something else to add to my Amethyst run, but this is the Infinite Crisis crossover. And it's got Dr. Fate appearance in it, so was pretty happy to find that. I got that for $3. And then everything else came out of the dollar bins. First off, we got Invisible Woman #3. This is just an Adam Hughes cover. I've discovered that I really love Adam Hughes's Invisible Woman. And I saw a copy of #1 the other day. I picked up and I put down, and then I didn't see it when I was going back through. I missed it somehow, so I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting that. I'm going to be on the hunt for that, but this is #3. I also got Superman 31. There's nothing really notable about this book either. I just thought it was a cool father-son badassery type of cover. Next, I got The Me You Love in the Dark #1. Now, I got this because up here it said Scotty Young, and I'm like, that doesn't look like Scotty Young. It's a Scotty Young story. It's a Jorge Corona artwork. So the title was really grabbing me, and I don't know, the whole thing, like I couldn't leave it for $1, and it's an Image #1. So I'm really excited to read that book. This next one is another one I got for just kind of a me reason. This is just Archie #247. And if you look at this, you see, why would you buy a book with a big old cutout? So if you look at this cover, he says, Arch, what's that? Or blah. It says, Arch, what's with the upside down lettering? And Archie says, it lets me show off and be romantic at the same time. And when he flips over, you see it says, I love you. Well, you can't flip it over. When he's flipped over, it says, I love you. So I just thought this was kind of cute. Like, obviously it was an I love you, there too. And I guess in my head, I was like imagining somebody buying this book and cutting that picture out for his little sweetheart. And I was like, and I love Archie anyways. So I wanted to get it just because I thought it was sweet. I made up a story in my head, and that's the one I'm rolling with. And yeah, that'll just stay because I want it. These next two are kind of related. One of them I picked up and showed, I think, in my first video. This is the Max #1. I like to get this out of the dollar bins when I can. They also had #2, but I left that there. This is the first of the Max in his own solo title, but this is not his first appearance. I did also pick up his first appearance in a darker Image #1. So since I talked about that in a previous video, I wanted to get both of these and kind of show y'all what I was talking about. This is the first appearance of the Max and a couple other Image characters. We probably have like 10 copies of this now. I'm gonna have to stop buying it, but I got it because I found the Max and I wanted to show them both to you guys. I see this every single time I go into a dollar bin, every single time. So if you are interested in this book at all, I mean, it's there. You can find it. Now, the Max, I was a little bit surprised in this store to find in the dollar bin, but I do see this in at least cheap regularly. Let's see. So next I've got, I don't think this was the order I wanted, but that's okay. Next I've got Codename, or this is Wolverine 50. It says Codename Wolverine Top Secret. So this is a die cut cover. If you look, it looks like a file folder, and I haven't taken it out, but you can kind of feel if you pull this cover back, there is a second cover underneath with this little scene back there. So I do kind of want to look at it just to see what it looks like. But this is the first appearance of Shiva, who is apparently a Weapon X hunting machine. So I think that X-Men, anything X-Men, especially just low-key X-Men, I mean, obviously with the changing of the guard with the licenses and everything, a Code X hunt, or a Weapon X hunting machine just sounded like a good pickup, and I think that the cover is really awesome. Next up, I've got Deathstroke, the Terminator, number 6. This is the first appearance of Patricia Tracy, who becomes the second Vigilante. So I have the first appearance of Vigilante, which I believe is in a New Teen Titans issue of the first Vigilante, and this is the first appearance of, like I said, Patricia Tracy, and in issue number 9 she becomes the second Vigilante. Next I've got Batman Shadow of the Bat, number 3. This is the first appearance of a character called Amygdala, and I'm just going to read you what Key Collector says. They say that Amygdala is a human with superhuman strength but reduced mental capacity. So I don't really know what that's all about. I'll probably look inside and see just what they mean by that. But for $1. They actually had the whole run of Batman Shadow of the Bat, but we've got a couple of issues here. So I mean not a whole run, but they had a good chunk of them, and I didn't really want to buy doubles of a series. Just pick that one up. Now, these next two are also, well, somewhat related. One of them I did not even remember picking up, and driving home I was like, did I even mean to buy that? But I'm glad that I did. I was glad, and then I'm still glad now that I've looked it up. So this is Superman, the Man of Steel, number 22. This is the first appearance and origin of John Henry as Steel in costume. So if you know anything about that character, I guess the first appearance of John Henry, I think as Steel, is in Superman 500. But this is the first of him in costume. And then this is the book that I couldn't remember if I had a reason to grab. This is Superman 78. So what happens in this book is this is the first solo story with Cyborg and Superman. I guess Cyborg is them mixed together. And then also they're parallel covers basically. And I looked at it, they came out the same month, so I'm assuming they probably came out the same week. I just thought it was cool. They both have bonus Man of Steel, Man of Tomorrow posters. The Man is back. Now, I don't know if the posters are inside, to be honest. I haven't taken them out, but they did come with one initially. And yeah, thought that was pretty cool. And then this last one is the one that I'm kind of most excited about. I'm not really sure. I didn't look to see if it had any value to it necessarily. And I almost put this back because, again, I had a whole stack of books I was kind of weeding through, and I wasn't really sure even if there was something with this book, if I wanted it because of how dirty the cover is. But this is the New Titans number 93. And if you look, yeah, it's kind of beat, kind of dirty. Now, what happens in this book is apparently Mirage takes, excuse me, apparently Mirage takes the form of Starfire. And as Starfire, she poses for this, you see this Expose magazine. This is a nudie mag. You see that? That's Starfire. So, went and opened it up. I'm going to open it up here too, just so you can see kind of a flash, because Starfire is the centerfold of this book. And because it is partial nudity, I'm not going to sit here and just like whatever, but it is all there. So that's the one I'm probably the most excited about. I've talked about it before, but I really like Titan's keys and storylines and things like that. So anyways, that was my haul. And I'm going to have to get into the school pickup line here in just a few minutes. So I'm going to leave y'all here. And thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think.